Hey, welcome back. We really want to check in with COSI. We missed them so much. Dr. Frederick Bertley is joining us now. We haven't seen you in so long, but you do have some exciting things that are happening right now. Tell me about your new show.
Hattie, always a pleasure to talk to you, and it has been way too long, but even though our doors are physically closed, COSI has been super kind of busy doing all kinds of cool programming, bringing science to where people live, learn, and lounge. And one of the cool things we do is a program called The Color of Science. And this is really to motivate all people to recognize that all scientists aren't old men with thick glasses, but that women make fantastic scientists and engineers, and so do persons of color. And so the first Thursday of every month, we have a special guest from 12 to 1. March 4th is our next one. We're going to have Kelly Giraldi, who's an amazing aerospace professional, who's a top-notch science communicator. So anything you want to know about space, anything you want to know about the opportunity to go out into space as a civilian, like me and you, Hattie, she can give us the answer.
And that would be awesome. But another awesome thing that you guys are doing right now is instead of having people come in your doors, they can kind of get through with this new show that you have. And you've done a few of the programs already.
Yeah, we're really excited. It's called QED with Dr. B, and the point of the show is to really make science, cutting-edge science, come alive. So the first episode, which was 3 Wednesdays ago, was on antibodies, superbugs, and antibiotic resistance. The second episode was the science behind race. That was really popular. People liked it. Yesterday, we had viruses and everything you want to know about viruses. And next Wednesday is going to be on climate change. Understanding, people talk about this. What's the science behind it? What are people measuring? How do we really know it's happening?
And speaking of climate change, you have a little demo for us.
I do. So one of the cool things with climate change, or one of the, I shouldn't say cool, it's kind of cool because it's science, but one of the realities with climate change is one of the molecules they measure is carbon dioxide, or CO2. You hear it all the time in the media, in the news, and print, and that's what they measure. And based on the levels of CO2 in the atmosphere, that can impact as the planet getting colder, warmer, etc. And so my little demonstration here is I'm going to model that using this. This is a container, and it's got some dry ice in it. Now, y'all know dry ice from the days in high school when you went to the parties and the dances and you had that little kind of stuff, everything on the dance floor. Yes. So dry ice is frozen carbon dioxide. And it's got this really cool feature, Hattie, and that's that it doesn't go through a liquid phase. It goes from hard ice straight into vapor or straight into gas phase. So most things like ice that is in your ice tray in your fridge goes from ice and then it melts into water and then eventually the water can evaporate, right? Dry ice does this thing called sublimation, goes straight from ice into vapor. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add, and I hope you all can see this, here's my trusty container, with a little bit of dry ice. I'm gonna add warm water to it. And you see it already?
Yep.
All right, so I'm adding some warm water to it. It's starting to bubble, do all the wonderful things. Again, we associate with high school and college partying, but there's science behind everything, and this is what COSI is about. We bring it alive. So what I'm gonna do is I connected it to this tube, and you can see it coming out. Now I'm gonna dip this tube in soapy water. And when I do that,
oh,
did you see that?
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna do this again. So I'm dipping in soapy water, just regular soapy water from your house. And what you get is these bubbles forming. I'm gonna show this to you real cool.
Oh,
how about that?
Yeah.
So this is what happens in the atmosphere, right? You have these things called ice cores. So if you think of the Arctic or Greenland, all these ice sheets that you have, they actually trap carbon dioxide and they freeze it going back hundreds of thousands of years. And the amount of carbon dioxide can actually tell you, how warm was the planet back then? How warm is the planet today? And so it's almost no different than this, trapping gas in a bubble.
That is genius. I mean, that is, obviously it's genius whenever scientists come up with anything. That's why they have the jobs. But how else, you did mention when exactly we can see this episode. Just remind us again how we can see again, because obviously we missed coming in.
You can download the link. You can go to cosi.org and just look for QED with Dr. B. You won't miss it. And you can download the first 3 episodes. And then every Wednesday, we put up the latest episode so you can download and watch it as well.
And before I let you go, I have to ask, any idea on when you may be coming back?
As soon as possible. I'm so thrilled that Johnson & Johnson vaccine is probably going to get approved. That one shot is going to be a game changer. We want to be able to open our doors as soon as possible. Just to be clear for your viewers, we are safe inside. In fact, I'm in my office at COSI. So whenever you guys want to come, as long as you want to show up to the doors, we'll be able to take you in once we announce to the public. So as soon as possible, but we're ready to go inside our building.
You know, you may have some parents lining up there just waiting to get their kids busy. Thank you so much, Dr. Bertley.